He's 10 because he loves this stuff, but he'd never been to one of these before.
Well, that's
he was
good.
so overwhelmed at first. He didn't like having to walk around. He didn't really get it, like what was going to happen. Because I think he was building it up in his head, like what was going to happen. I don't know if he thought there were going to be rides. Like, I don't know what he was thinking, but he was.
I think we all have that experience the first time we go to Comic-Con.
I'm disappointed there's no roller coaster. I'll be honest with you.
Right, there should be one, right?
No, I mean, I expected to see celebrities just like running down the hallway.
Right. Also, no Spider-Man, like actual real Spider-Man.
Yeah,
what
no
gives?
real,
I really thought
heroes.
I thought he was supposed to be here.
And then there's lines.
Yeah, and there's
everything.
lines for stuff. It just seemed overwhelming with so many people. So then I just got him some food and made him feel a little bit better. now he's loving it. He went to Artist Alley. And that was that was really cool. So go ahead. So guys, ask me what you want. What did Craig talk about?
How much he can't stand working with you, and he's just
figured
like,
that was
oh
gonna
God,
happen.
why do we cast this guy?
That's why we're at separate tables.
So when were you first
How did
approached
you get
about the show?
Oh, wow.
Was that?
How did you get involved?
So that involves my son as well. My friend John Hyams he directs multiple episodes of the
Sorry, I
show.
hope you don't take offense because I have to go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, very sorry.
that was brilliant timing. I loved it. All right, so a friend of mine, John Hyams, directs multiple episodes of this show. He's done like the Universal Soldier movies, the most recent ones. Before that, he did like a lot of docs. But I met him in college when he was an art student, and I was actually in his very first movie that he ever directed. So many years later, I'm picking my son up from school, and John and I have been talking about we were going to get together with another one of our friends, but John couldn't because he was in Spokane doing this, C Nation. And I said as a joke, I texted him, well, if you need any zombies, let me know. And so then he calls me, and he says, so I have him on speakerphone, and my son Finn's in the back seat. He says, I actually pitched you to the guys doing the show, and they love the idea to play this character, Garnett. And he pitches me the whole show. Hangs up, and from the back seat, my son's like, you're going to do that, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it was like, why wouldn't I go do a zombie series? So he was excited. So that's pretty much how I got the job. They sent me the script, and I thought it was a great character. The character's name is Garnett. He was in the National Guard, and when the zombie apocalypse happened, he and this group of people, like, they survived by living on an island. They've got this community where, they're able to survive. They're surrounded by water, and up to that point, nothing bad has happened. And when I first got there to set, I asked the writer, what is it about my character? Why is he so? He seems kind of religious. He seems kind of burned out. And he said, no, he's not. It's not like he's religious. He's just got hope. He's the one guy who has hope. And I was like, oh, okay, great. That's amazing direction to go in. So basically, that shaped my whole interpretation of the character. Every time that he was going to make a decision that I was like, whoa, why would he do that? That's insane. I would never do that. I don't know, because he's got hope. He's just got this, like, it trumps everything else. I'll do this. If it means that we can save the human race, I'm going to do it. And so it was just, that's how I kind of that's the trajectory I took.
Can you repeat that for the one he went away?
I'm sorry. I thought somebody was having an emergency.
That would be great.
Did you have to go, like...
So I thought somebody was frantically calling
do you have,
me.
like, a wife who's, like, expecting? Or?
No, there's somebody downstairs. So I don't know.
It's zombie-related stuff. You're not going to get it.
This is going to be way more important.
Yeah.
I tell them I'm in an interview and they keep
Zombie-related stuff.
calling.
Oh,
Yeah.
that always happens to me.
I actually have a quick question regarding the acting situation. When it seems like there's been like a paradigm shift because back in like the '90s, I remember it was movies were here, TV shows were down here, and it seems as if this almost is like switched now.
Right, because we're in the golden age of
television,
television
and stuff with all these things. So how do you feel about that as an actor? I mean, are you how can you sort of compare and contrast the two?
It's interesting, right? I mean, because like in a way that there's more opportunities in TV, there's more content, there's more programming needed, but then they're making less movies.
Sure.
So, I mean, it's probably the same. Right? Because this is like coming on the heels of the age of reality television where nothing scripted was ever going to be made again. And now we've got this boon of scripted television, which as a TV fan, it makes it really hard to like even digest all these shows. There's so many shows I haven't even seen, that everyone says I gotta see.
Right.
You would love it. I hate when people single me out like that. You would love it. I'm like, okay.
Right.
But I think it's great. I think it's taking that spot of like the $30 million movie. They don't really make it anymore. It's kind of like a bunch of little novels that you get to like read, and if you really like them, they'll make more. You know, it's just, I don't know, the 10 to 13 episode season of a cable show, it's just really, I don't know, something that we seem to be really interested in as viewers. I know I'm a fan of like The Wire was one of my favorite series. I'm really into Game of Thrones now. You know, so I'm psyched. I'm psyched that I can be a part of some of these shows, you know, like Southland, or I got a little bit part on Sons of Anarchy, you know, this, Z Nation. It's fun.
Do you remember when, even as early as the 90s, even shows like The X-Files, you'd get like 24 episodes a season?
Which I think was brutal for the writers.
Yeah?
You know, I think, yeah.
But they seemed to keep it up, though, you know?
They did.
They kept the quality for at least a few seasons.
They did, yeah. They worked hard, yeah. I know.
So, I mean, so you're saying that now you're only getting those 10 to 13 because it...
That's the model. That's the model that they would rather have. I mean, even at the end of, like, The Lost, you know, at the end of Lost, J.J. Abrams, he and those writers, they didn't want to have to make 22, 24-episode seasons. They said, we'll do it. We'll do 2 more, but we're only going to make 15. Okay. Because I think it's just brutal to try to, like, sustain that arc over that many episodes. Because remember, I don't know if you remember that, but there were like some episodes thrown into the early seasons of Lost.
Yeah. The one with the girl. Yeah. She eats the diamond and the...
Right.
Yeah, what's the one with the couple also, like, they
that's the one that I think the fans demanded more than just the main characters.
Right. Like, what's going on with the other people on the island? And they're like, here, we'll give you what's going on with the other people on the island.
And it's horrible.
Don't ever ask again.
Yeah. We'll make another one of those. Yeah. But I think it works. I think it works well. The model that they have going now. This show was done, you know, it's a very ambitious show. The scripts are extremely ambitious. There's lots of gags. There's lots of stuff that they're trying to squeeze into a 6-day shooting schedule. Usually the HBO shows and other shows that have more money, they get more time and money to do than we had, you know, just the opposite.
You're saying per episode, 6 days?
Yeah, six days per episode, and they're the same length as all those other shows. And we would have like all this FX makeup that we had to do on. Well, I didn't have to do it, yeah. But they had this huge crew that would do all this FX makeup, and then we would just have to like cram a bunch of stunts and a bunch of effects into just a short amount of time. And then on top of that, the ensemble's kind of huge, so it was just a lot of managing different parts.
So you talked about in crafting your character that hope was kind of like his driving force. Can you talk about his leadership in regards to like being the leader as opposed to Warren, who we kind of saw in the pilot makes more pragmatic choices throughout?
She really is a better leader. But the great leaders don't actually, you know, go right out front. They lead from behind. I mean, they're a team. The two of them, they're tight. Warren and Garnett, and she's the one who looks to him and says, "You're the leader." You know, I think Garnett is a reluctant leader, and I don't know really what makes him one. I think I did kind of read that he was burning out. I think he had seen a lot of death and he didn't really want to see anymore. In the beginning of the first episode, she kills that woman, like the woman who's like, that's how they're doing. They're like giving people mercy before that they turn into a zombie. And Garnett was supposed to do it, and he just can't anymore. So she's taking over for him. I think that's kind of one of the cool things to be, you know, a character that has that duality where they have the leadership skills and they're supposed to be the leader, but they don't want to be. You know. That's fun to play anyway.
Thank you.
I don't know if I answered.